you want to invite them and I'm not sure. I guess we got old like 70s, do you have a sample of it? Bring somewhere?
Call meeting to order. Let's lead to the flag.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, before we start the meeting, one board member is not here, out for health reasons. She, Janet Blade, would like to participate by phone, vote and participate in this discussion. Does anybody have an objection to that? Kind of gray area, but back during the pandemic, I was still in a pandemic or not, back then we were allowed to do it, and so, nobody has an objection, I'm gonna let her do that, okay? I hear no objections. Okay. We must approve the agenda. Roll call, first roll.
Okay, Beard?
Yes.
Blade? Yes. Harmon?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Colton?
Yes. Okay. No, nothing in time. Motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Beard?
Yes.
Blade? Yes. Harmon?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Colton?
Yes. Next, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting held on November 9th, 2022. Motion to that effect. That was our last monthly board meeting, right? Last monthly board meeting. You were not at the last meeting. Todd was not either. Todd was not. You should still approve the minutes, I don't see why you.
You were here.
BDC.
You voted anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah, there I am.
Look for you over there.
Yes. I'll make it.
Your second? Todd, you.
Blade? Yes. Harmon?
Yes.
Layton?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Beard?
Yes.
Colton?
Yes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the Truth and Taxation hearing held on November 29th, 2022. Second?
I was in the audience, I'll second.
Okay. Harmon?
Abstain.
Layton?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Beard? Blade? Yes. Colton?
Yes. Okay, next, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the special board meeting held on November 29th.
I'll do that.
Need a second? Not here.
Got it? Layton?
Yes.
Kay?
Yes.
Beard?
Yes.
Blade? Yes. Harmon?
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. Okay, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the organizational meeting held on December 5th, 2022. Second by Kyle.
Okay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake. Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes. I need a motion to approve the minutes of the special board meeting held on December 5th, 2022.
I'll make it.
Kyle Harmon. Second by Layton.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Yes.
Holcomb.
Okay, before we have, I'd like to welcome everybody to the board. We have several new board members. Everybody that we elected, or those that were re-elected to this position, congratulations. And at this time, I'd like to make a special comment. We have a female board member, first time that's probably ever happened. So congratulations, Janet.
Thank you.
We're back to the real world now. Congrats, everybody. Okay, let's move on. Public comment, anybody, public comment? Seeing none, we'll leave
Me.
guest, Sandy Davis here. We have Sandy Davis here for our guest to speak from.
Where do you want me to?
Come on, folks.
Okay,
Wherever you're comfortable.
all right. Well, thank you for inviting me today. My name is Sandy Daters. I'm with the Amarillo River Basin Agency, or IRBA. I am the housing coordinator, so I oversee the homeless program as well as the housing counseling program for the 9 counties that we serve. And I have to cheat and look at my card here because I always forget one. We serve Clark, Coles, Crawford, Cumberland, Douglas, Edgar, Jasper, Lawrence, and Richland counties. So that's about 4,067 square miles that we service. So we administer, my department administers HUD grants, grants through the state of Illinois. We have emergency solutions grants, emergency, let me see here, this is our little, kind of our little Bible here, and I gave each one of you a copy of that. I don't wanna forget the different programs that I do. And this also, this blue booklet also has all the different programs that IRBA does. So, we have permanent supportive housing, so that helps people with disabilities. Rapid rehousing, we can house somebody up to 6 months. Homeless prevention, so trying to prevent those individuals from being homeless. Emergency, and transitional housing, emergency solution grants, our rental housing support programs, and our housing counseling programs. So, in my department, we have, I think, a total of 15 staff. And so this little cheat sheet here, this little program here, just kind of is a one page of our different housing counseling programs. So, a lot of different homeless prevention programs. So we're trying to prevent individuals from becoming homeless, from getting evicted. Right now, unfortunately, the state of Illinois has not reimbursed us for a very long time. So I was on a phone call today with the homeless chief from the state of Illinois. So I'm on the governor's task force, community action task force for homelessness. So I reached out to Christy Hale, and so we're working with DHS to get reimbursed. So they assured us by the end of the month we'll get reimbursed. So hopefully some of those programs can get going again. We also have housing counseling grants, which is homeowners assistance fund. So the flyer on the second sheet here. So this can help people with mortgage payments, past due mortgage payments, or past due property taxes. So that's something that we're really trying to get out to all the treasurer's offices to let them know, you know, the county offices. And I received a flat file with the Cumberland County's people that are past due, you know, on their property taxes. So I hope to, you know, send them a letter, a postcard. We're also contemplating having a day when individuals can come up, maybe set up an afternoon or afternoon and evening. So, people can just come in without an appointment and, we can scan in their files. It's on an online program, but we realize a lot of seniors especially, or those without internet services, might not have that opportunity to, upload files. So, we're trying to help as many people as we can with this program, and the portal's only open until January 31st. So we'd really like to get the word out there, and we could potentially have it, next to the outreach office there in Cumberland County, or we could host it at our training room that we've got there at URBA. And, we've got our staff have got a few laptops, and we would have a scanner there where we could help individuals, but, it's really important to let everybody know, especially if they have past due property taxes, even if they're sold, they can go back to, I believe, 2019, so they could get them caught up on several years. And for the mortgage, they can get them caught up on up to $60,000. So that's a huge, huge program that they've got going on right now. And then, we also have, the court-based rental assistance program. So if you know of anybody that is in the process of a court-based eviction, this program is kind of a fast-forward program. So again, it's a online portal, so individuals can upload their documents, and then their landlords are reached out to, and then they'll match those two, the landlord and the tenant together, and get those fast-forwarded. I just helped an individual the other day, and he said the court date got canceled. So again, trying to prevent people from becoming homeless. We also help individuals. URBA is the first certified loan packager for USDA, so we help seniors, really any individuals, but especially seniors that need roof repairs, wheelchair ramps, walk-in showers. They've got mold in their house, so there's a grant through the USDA that will fund up to $10,000. And so we're a certified loan packager, so we help that individual, again, submit all their documentation, verify their income, to help Cumberland County, all of our 9 counties, retain, keep the property taxes up, help that individual remain in their home, keep the value of that home up. And that money goes back to the community, so we've hired lots of contractors, so they buy it from, Scott's Building Center, so all that revenue, goes back into the community. So, and we also help individuals buy homes, through the USDA program, so there's no down payment. The interest rate, I think, right now is 3.75, so that's a lot better than some of the local banks. That is low to moderate income individuals. We help individuals look at their budget and credit. We are unfortunately seeing a lot of family members take advantage of the seniors by using their social security number on, Verizon and, it's mainly cell phones, so the seniors don't realize it until they try to get, we run their budget and their credit, even if they are getting a grant, just to, oversee their program. So we're helping individuals look at their credit and realize, what's going on with their credit. So, and then we have budget and credit workshops. We're even doing budget and credit workshops now at the homeless center in Mattoon. So those individuals are just right now kind of down on their luck, but they were very interested in attending our budget and credit classes. We also have a rental one-on-one workshop, to try to help them once they do get out of that situation, try to give them some hope, give them some education, so that when they are a tenant, they are, a good tenant. And we work with landlords to try to secure them, an apartment and things like that. There's a program, as I mentioned, rapid rehousing, where we'll put them into an apartment for 6 months. It starts out 100%, then 75, then 50, then 25, to gradually let them, migrate into paying the landlord 100%. we're working with the state with, supportive employment, so individuals that have, maybe some mental health issues, but, you know, maybe they have a lot of anxiety or depression, trying to team them up with a employer so that, they'll have some support, but yet they can remain employed, because our goal is to make, individuals become self-sustaining, you know, and, you know, if they need to be on SSDI and things like that, we also try to encourage them, to, you know, seek those programs, but if they're interested in employment, or need that employment, we can offer that assistance as well. So, that's kind of it in a quick nutshell. So, just looking to see, you know, if we can let people know about this program, and, you know, if the city would be interested in partnering with us to, you know, kind of get the word out there, and then potentially, you know, host an event somewhere where we can work on these applications and get some people, mortgages caught up or their property taxes caught up, so.
So the thing is to get the information out that you have got.
Right. Yep, so I've got flyers, you know, or if there's any, you know, email addresses, you know, things like that, so.
Can I have a handful of cards from you?
Yes,
And I'll-
Yeah, I've got extra flyers and stuff here, and then I've got some business cards, my contact information's on there. I am on a lot of meetings, so, email works really well. You know, you could always give me a call, but a lot of times I am in a lot of meetings, so.
Now, the list of grants that you have or programs that you have, does that cover all of URBA, or is that just your department specifically?
Well, both. So there is, the homeless programs that I have are specific, you know, to our program. Housing counseling, yes, but then in that blue booklet, it does talk about all kinds of programs that URBA, you know, receives grant for, like CSVG, so that, they have programs that do LIHEAP, so energy assistance. They've also got, called IWAP, so it's a water assistance program. They've got a barrier reduction program, so if somebody is employed and has a barrier to employment, so say for instance, they need new tires on their car. They could get new tires on their car, or if maybe they need steel-toed work boots and a uniform. You know, that's a program that they're offering right now. I'm not sure how the funding is on that, if it's wrapping up, but, cause I don't do that program. But then we've got the Head Start program, we've got weatherization, which, you know, helps individuals weatherize their home. We partner with, places like Ameren, that do home efficiency grants, so that's not our grant, but we partner with them, do referral to them. We also partner with Coles County Regional Planning and Development. Even though it says Coles County, they cover several other counties, it's called HAP, home efficiency, home assistance program, I think. So again, to help individuals that maybe need, the handrails in their home or a wheelchair ramp, you know, things like that, to retrain, so those people can retain in their home, to stay in their home, you know, so we've, and I write a lot of, grants. For instance, I got a grant through the Illinois Science Innovation Foundation. I just found it on a website, you know. It was like $15,000 a year, but it just talked to people about home efficiency and things like that, you know. So we were doing workshops, you know, if they attend a workshop, they get a $10 gift card. I've gotten grants through State Farm. I've got grants through Washington Savings and Loan, you know, just a bunch of different area banks. So I'm always on the lookout, you know, for different funding, and, you know, so if Cumberland County has any extra ARPA funds, you know, I would take it, you know, so, just to try to, we've got, in the 9 counties that we serve, we have, let's see, it's 112 literally homeless individuals. So those individuals are sleeping behind Pizza Hut, they're sleeping in the park, some of them are sleeping in a car. I had a woman the other day call me, and she just had a baby November 15th, and she is sleeping out in the car with her newborn baby. You know, and my house is only so big, I could take everybody home, you know, with me, but right now, we've only got 2 homeless shelters in that 4,067 square miles, you know, and those are both in Coles County. So there's a homeless problem in all of our counties, whether we wanna admit it or not, there's a homeless program, or homeless. And we have what's called the point in time count, which is January 25th. So if, you know, anybody wants to volunteer for that and help us go out, you know, and part of the reason I'm on the board with the state is I'm telling them, rural homelessness is so much different than in Chicago. You know, because Chicago, they could, you know, they've got, you know, areas where the homeless individuals, you know, kind of hang out. In the rural counties, you know, we've got sheds, we've got, you know, abandoned buildings, we've got, you know, people are sleeping along the Amaral River, you know, in tents in the winter. They're in people's backyards in tents, you know, so it's just a different, different situation here. But again, that's a point in time count, January 25th. So looking for volunteers, or if you guys know of any kind of encampments, you know, you don't wanna be involved, let us know, and then we can go out, you know, to that encampment and, you know, give those people information and count them, so we've got, a chance for more funding, you know. So,
That's a lot of stuff. This may be off your topic a little bit, but I'm sure you're following our ambulance, problems. Is there anything through your organization that might help with grant writing?
I mean, I've got, the Illinois Grant Watchers and then Grant Gopher, you know, like a subscription or whatever to that. So I mean, I'd be happy to look and see if there's any, you know, like health and safety, you know, grants that, you know, can help, you know, potentially, you know, fund that, you know. So, you know, I know not as far as, you know, URBA, you know, I don't know that they have anything that specifically could help, but I can look for those, you know, those grants,
So,
you know.
so we may be able to write them ourselves, or
Right,
maybe somebody in your organization would get trained to write them?
Actually, I was just contacted by a intern, so she might be interested. You know, she was doing, asked to do a grant writing for URBA, so I could give her, you know, your contact information. She's I don't know, she's a senior at Eastern, you know, but that's what she was wanting to specialize was in grant writing, so she was gonna help us, you know, as well, so.
Huge demand for that.
Yeah, happy to share that information, so,
So,
yeah. Any other questions? All right, okay,
Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Okay, moving along. Now I think I need a motion to approve the BS Roadhouse VTT license.
could you explain what that is, please?
Video gaming
Okay.
license for the Roadhouse. They've got a liquor license through us, now they want to let game, well, they've already got a gaming license. They just want to renew their gaming license.
This is the one on Curve, 121 and
45.
45.
That's.
I'll make it.
I'll have them and I'll be here in a second.
Okay, Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard, Volker.
Yes. And now I need a motion to approve the Cumberland County Board meeting dates for 2023. Should be in your packet.
I'll make that motion.
Maybe no problem.
I'll second the motion.
Waiting.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Okay,
Beard.
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Volker.
Yes. We need a motion to approve the CCDC rules for dues for 2023. Come down to Government Corporation, what that stands for. We don't make dues then once a year. I think it's $1,000. I think it's in there, $1,000. So, packet. Yes, I did mention the other pockets in there. Okay, anybody want to make the? Beard? second to this?
A second.
Janet, second it.
Okay, Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Ockenberg.
Yes. And now I need a motion to approve the resignation of Lori Edelbrick from the Special Service Area Commission. She has sent her letter resigning in the packet. She's been on it several years, I don't know how long, but anyway, she wants off the board.
Yeah, yeah. I did an exit interview with her.
Okay.
She wants us. Continue to help in the summer. I'm sure it had a lot to do with the connections and the activities and the pressure that we are all under because of the whole ambulance problem. So I'm very uncomfortable. I mean, there's nothing I can do to keep her from resigning, but I would really like it if she would resign. She's a big asset. So that's all I have to say about that.
Okay.
I'll make it.
Carl Harmon makes the motion, need a second? Layton.
Kay,
Yeah.
Beard,
Thank you so much.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Ockenberg.
Yes. Now I need a motion to approve the resolution for deed of conveyance on parcel number 13/19/109/009/003. It's probably a tax sale, I'm assuming. Trustee had it, so. No big deal, I'll make that motion. Todd Layton made motion.
Second.
Kyle.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Ockenberg.
Yes. Okay, I got my agenda, approve an estimate for annex carpet removal and installation. Are we going to vote on the shed or
No, I'd like to
discuss it first?
I'd like to do this one. More close on that.
Kyle, think about waiting.
What we got, just two?
Yeah. Styles. Right.
Well, this is for the, carpet removal and installation we're talking about now, and
Oh,
that's
this
the AR
is-
flooring.
Okay, this is different.
This is the labor to put it in, if you buy the carpet somewhere, then you gotta have, these people put it in, take out the old, put the new in for this price.
So,
You want to try for another bid for installation? Or look for another bid?
Just got the one.
this isn't the same.
One bid.
One bid, this is what.
Scott's didn't have a bid for installation.
Well, this is.
Obviously, one bid for carpet.
And the dollar amount is
No, this shows the material.
$12,900, right, Todd?
Yeah.
But that's the next motion.
Yeah, this
Okay.
was
Well,
for
that's for
removal
the carpet.
installation,
Look
the
at
next
page
one's for the carpet.
34.
Todd, page 34 in your packet.
Yeah, I'm looking at that.
I'm looking at it.
Okay, so this motion is for the carpet removal and installation,
Right.
AR flooring. That's the only.
$22,000, $20,000. Take out the old, put in the new.
Understand that one.
Only bid we got one.
Where's the carpet at on this?
No, the carpet is separate.
Okay,
I
so it
didn't
says
have that.
material. That's not.
No,
Well,
it's just
floor
material
patching and
needed.
small material. They got a random removal machine, or I don't know what that is, but anyway, that would be the total bill to put, take it out and put it in, after we buy carpet somewhere.
So the installation of carpet tile materials, is that what you're referring to?
So this is installation and removal, not the carpet at all.
Correct.
This is carpet.
Carpet is separate.
And that is what buildings?
That is just this
This
building.
building, yes.
Building all 4 of them, 3, 4 of them. Several.
But you're not doing tile, you're just doing carpet.
Just carpet, and they're the tiles, not the rod ones.
And they're just making.
I'm not gonna do the heavy stuff, like in your vault and some of the stuff on our side. They won't move it, they don't move the desks and all that together.
didn't ask Rights for a bid. This fellow used to subcontract with them, but he just got too busy. So he's the only person that I knew of at the time when I got. He had done some work for the bank. So, but I didn't ask Rights to bid that. I can.
I mean, Rights has a thing here about, independent contractors not employed by Rights for any, so I mean, certainly they don't have it.
They just have subcontract.
But this is the only bid you have for carpet itself.
We talked to Scott's. They could not get the type that we were wanting, so we did book through books, and we picked out 4 or 5, and only one that he could come back with a price, and it was $3.86 per square foot. This is $2.99, what we picked out.
We've got ARPA funds for this, right?
And we have some money left from the grant.
And this isn't, I mean, you see a lot of industrial places have those squares.
This is the squares.
This is the square.
Yes.
So are we satisfied with just one bid on each of these? There's no question that the work needs done.
Yeah, I just think there should be more bids. Should be more competitive.
Okay. I can get Rights. You know anybody else that does the
Yeah, there's
installation?
Rice, there's Nebrigi, there's Garvers and Casey,
Matt two's got,
Matt
2
Team.
different carpet places.
Put it up for bid too.
Yeah, just tell them what you got and then
We can
just
just
get
get quotes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
well,
Yeah,
Not bid.
it's under the bidding process.
What was the one at Casey?
Garvers.
GAR?
Mm-hmm. DPO.
Okay.
Not knowing the name of Matt Team right now.
Parrish, but they have subcontractors.
Yeah, I'm talking about the carpet too. You're talking about getting prices on carpet too, right?
Yeah.
I think that, used to be owned by Eagle, but they moved, on the main strip.
Jake's.
That's it.
I don't know, any others, get in touch with Beth sometime soon, and if you've got any better ideas, okay?
Where's Newburgh?
Okay. We'll have to table these next 2 motions, all right? Table a motion to approve the estimate for copper removal, can you table that motion? Kyle, need a second for tabling?
I'll second.
Layton?
Okay. Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard.
Yeah.
Fulkenberg.
Yes. Now I need a motion to table the purchase of carpet for the Senate. The actual carpet itself.
I'll make that one do.
Kyle Harmon makes the motion.
Beard.
Who seconded it? Todd Beard did. Todd Beard did.
Okay, Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Fulkenberg.
Yes. Okay. Now we're gonna take a motion to discuss, take action on special service area levies. I thought I'm gonna start with service area number 3 first for discussion because it is a larger area, the most controversial.
So now this levy would be for July or next year, and it would go toward paying for the subsidy for the ambulance company starting September 1st of 2023, is that correct?
Yes. I'll just tell you that Toledo Ambulance Service is in the process of sending a contract over to Greenup and Neoga with the hopes that they will sign that. Greenup said they're gonna vote on it this Thursday evening, at Greenup, special board meeting, they're gonna vote on it. And Neoga will vote on theirs a week from tonight, I think they have a town meeting. So, if they both pass, well, I'm in great shape, so they got a good plan.
What are they sending to them? What,
They're sending them out an offer to subsidize their runs. The run, every time they do a run, from Green does a run, they will subsidize them for a certain amount. Somewhere in the neighborhood of $200 per run. And, when they do a run, they'll get subsidized. So add to the income from the run, so they have a little more income. Covers the special service area in the Toledo area. So,
and what benefit is that to us?
well, it keeps us an ambulance service at a very, very reasonable price. I mean, you can't get an ambulance covered to do that for even close to what we're gonna pay them, in my opinion. And we're working with them kinda, and we're subsidizing, that gives them more income and
Gives who?
freedom.
Okay.
Ambulance service.
Yeah, I don't think that there's an argument about whether you're giving money to Green Up or the yoga. I think that the question is, why are we giving it to Toledo to dispense when, is that even necessary?
Yes, it is. Because the special service area has no money.
Well, I understand that we're subsidizing the special service area, but why is Toledo ambulance the one who is dispensing that? Wouldn't the treasurer's office, somebody else besides that?
Well, eventually we may do that, but for the present time, that they're the only ones that can, they have the money and they have the contract to fulfill the runs, and in order to contract, they will subsidize the others to take care of the runs for them, to keep their contract valid. If they subsidize with them, that will keep their contract valid. I'm sure this contract, I haven't seen it, I'm sure it's no more than until September 1st, I assume.
Their contract isn't valid, they're in violation of providing the audit. I mean, they're already in violation of
Maybe.
the contract.
Maybe.
No question about it, it's in the contract. It's a written, known fact. So,
I've never seen
that
that.
is, them handling money is the thing they do the least well. So to have them continue to handle money as an intermediary.
Well, my concern with that is they have money already sitting in there right now. And why is that not, if they're in control and they're supposed to be taking the lead here, why is that not started getting dispensed to people that are making the runs now? I don't understand why they have not done that.
Well, they didn't have a contract signed. How do you expense money to someone if there's no contract?
Well, if Green Up made a call or covered this area or these areas, I mean, that's for them to say, well, you did this run, you did X amount of runs, here's $200 for this run, here's $200 for that one. Contract or no contract, why aren't they doing that to help them, because they're helping us?
You have to have a contract before you spend money. You can't just here hand money, you gotta have a contract.
They're a private company, why can't they do what they want?
Well, they can, but how
Nobody
can,
tells you you have to have a contract
Yeah, we gave them the money.
to buy your groceries.
so you think they should be paying this before?
Absolutely, right now, yeah.
Well,
Money's just sitting there. We don't have no authority over that.
that's what I'm saying, but I'm not saying.
I'm saying that if you're doing this increase and you're giving them that much more money, why weren't they doing this in the first place? It's kind of beyond
Well,
me.
before this, it was always mutual aid, they didn't, and they considered it mutual aid, and they did it.
You want to just ask Billy? mean,
I can answer that.
Go ahead, Bill.
Greenup doesn't know who to have sign it. That's why they're having a special meeting Thursday. Neoga meeting is Tuesday. We've been working on this for 3 weeks. Is that right, Floyd? About 3 weeks?
About 3 weeks, roughly, yes.
2 agreements have been submitted. Greenup came in today and they got a letter from their attorney and they wanted some wording added. So we're having a meeting tomorrow, getting that added, so they can have it by Thursday.
Okay.
That's why. They have to have an agreement signed
Of some sort.
of some sort, yes. And the agreement does say it takes effect January 1st,
Okay,
because that will give everybody time to get it signed off on.
okay. So that's what's in the process.
And I understand they're keeping money in there too, that if they did get help in this time frame.
Yeah.
I get that.
Now,
And it is $150 for every run, including Medicare, $200 for Medicaid runs.
What if they're a call but refuse service?
Still get paid.
They get paid $150 for refuse service, even though your billing would have been $75 for refuse service?
Well, I think that's what they do too. I think we all build the same thing for the
So
refusal.
what's a refuse service?
Like you call an ambulance and they show up and then you refuse to go to the hospital. That's a refusal.
Even though you called them?
If you call the ambulance, they have to go. They have to go.
That's even if I called somebody, called for Todd, and he refused to take it, right?
Yes.
Correct.
So who gets billed in
I
that
can see that type
circumstance?
of refusal. But they call,
Would Steve get billed or would Todd get billed?
It would be Todd.
Even though Steve called for it?
I'm assuming, I don't do the billing, so I
I'm
don't
gonna make a
know.
bunch of money.
Yeah, you know. I really can't answer that. I don't know how that works.
I don't know.
I mean, we've had people that call in and refuse. I know how that works, but I don't know what happens if somebody else calls for them. I don't know.
Is Toledo Ambulance billing for the refusal?
Yes.
You're billing at $75 for refusal, but you're gonna pay Green $150 for refusal.
This was Neoga's idea to get paid for all the runs. At the first agreement was just $150 for Medicare and $200 for Medicaid. Well, they came back and their board wants paid for all the runs. And you gotta do one, what you do one, you gotta do the other, so that was Neoga's idea.
They're working on a contract. If they don't get a vote in, then we're back to square one on what the
Correct.
hell we do then. We're in big trouble. So this will work.
Yeah, we're not in big trouble.
I haven't heard nothing that says we aren't in big trouble. I've never heard about any other plan, no other plan out there.
Well,
I've been talking for 3 weeks and 6 and 4, 5 meetings, and nobody ever had a plan except what Mike Black presented, and me and Big Ben.
Well-
That's all we've ever had.
there's very little due diligence that has been done. There's only been one plan, and the reason is that the SSA has been taken over. And so what we have options to do is we can, send out a request for quote from various other ambulance companies. Now, before I go too far down this rabbit hole, I do wanna say that it would be a great idea if the Greenup Fire Department took over the ambulance company and Toledo and Greenup were under the same umbrella. I think that would be ideal. But in terms of doing due diligence, there are other things that the SSA could do for us. You know, they could go, like I said, in the first place, get bids from private carriers under the condition they use our people, and we could put other conditions under it.
Using our people.
That would be the people from Cumberland County, people that our customer base knows, you know, who you know, because we're always gonna feel more comfortable if there are. Anyway,
Okay.
that in itself is not a deal breaker, but again, going back to the due diligence component, we should certainly explore getting bids from others. There's another thing that hasn't come up, and I'm not advocating for this at all, but it's similar to the system that we have in place, and that is to form a nonprofit company, similar to Toledo Ambulance, but this would be Cumberland County Ambulance Company or something like that. And that would be very difficult to do. We would still have to staff the board, you know, maybe get 3 people from the east side, 3 people from the central, and a manager, and then see if Toledo and Greenup Ambulances wanted to merge those assets into that company. Now, I'm not advocating for that, but these are other things that we can explore during the due diligence phase to move forward. So those are other proposals that haven't been talked about because we haven't really ironed out the details of the other plan. And there's so many things left unsaid and unknown because Greenup is still organizing their ambulance company and then seeing what the fire department wants to do. And then, I think Neoga's pretty squared away and they're ready to go. But the big question is, where does Toledo Ambulance fit into this? And to have them, dispensing money from us for them is just an unnecessary step. We are quite capable of dispensing money, and I just don't see what benefit there is. You know, are they charging us for that service? You know, are they taking a cut? Are they doing it strictly voluntarily? Are they going to spend the money that we've already given them first? And that's our question.
Why don't we try, wait a minute, just a minute. Why don't we just try this first? And it'll only be a short contract for maybe 9 months or so, maybe September, that's the end of the period. And if it's working, then we may extend this contract, but we don't know we're out here in nowhere, man. We don't know where we're going this year. And we're relying on all this. I think we'll go ahead with this. In 9 months from now, we'll stop reviewing. If it's working, we may renew the contract. If it's not working, we'll go to another plan, okay?
I have a quick question about the map. In checking how many runs had happened just in the last quarter, September, October, November, checking with 911, there were 43 calls for Green Up to reply, or to respond. Is that essentially where all of the calls would come from, is through dispatch, through 911? Would they all be recorded through there?
All be recorded.
Okay, so if I just call that 50 in a quarter and do 4 quarters, that's 200 in a year. If I do 200 times $150, I'm not getting up to the tax levy that we currently have.
But you're getting a hell of a good deal. $30,000 to take care of this and the
But
service.
we paid $58,000 to them to get the $30,000 deal. Where's the $28,000?
Did you count Neoga in on that?
Yeah, I did. There were 3 runs in Neoga. I mean, from Neoga in that same quarter. So I basically took
Did you have December
43.
in there too, or just September, October, November?
I had 3 months, September,
October.
October, November. Essentially, there was 46, I'm rounding it up to 50.
Gotcha,
I'm calling it
gotcha.
200, I'm times 4, or 50 a quarter times 4 is 200. $150, that's $30,000, but we're being taxed $60,000, $58,000 for that service. It's a $30,000, $28,000 difference, what we're paying for the overhead of handling that for us? Because we could be paying $300 a run.
Okay, that's 3 months, that's 12 months in a year. So you take
She
30 times 4, that's
multiplied it by 4
120,000.
quarters.
Pardon?
She multiplied it by 4 quarters.
Oh, I thought you said it was 3.
50 runs a quarter
Mm-hmm.
times 4 is 200 runs in a year. Times 150 is $30,000. And
Gotcha.
and the taxes are $58,000.
That's assuming you're just supplementing that $150 to somebody else, not actually running the service itself, which is our potential goal here.
Yeah, we're not giving up on this legal ambulance yet.
I
I'm not ready to
understand.
do that.
I understand, I'm just saying that for what we're talking about buying, I mean, why aren't we giving them the full $300 that the taxes have been raised?
What if you have more than 200 runs a year?
Well, I mean,
The last couple of years, it's varied between 250 and 300.
I'm only going by what 911 did, and I looked at the year before. I hear what you're saying, so that's a good question. Why isn't the run variable based on, some actual history? I'm wondering if you're gonna get into a contract that either underpays for the service or, leaves money short for the person paying out. So I question things. If there's 50 runs in a quarter, that's 30,000.
We don't know the total run, but that's an average of it, anyway.
But did you guys do, transfers? Did Toledo do very many transfers?
Some, not, that was our goal, that's why we had 2 ambulances. But we never
Those-
got
Those
those.
don't get routed through 911 though, correct? When they call
Yes.
for transfer?
No, they call 911 and they call the
Even like the
ambulance.
hospital?
Mhm.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
Yes.
So anyway, I would ask you to vote for this raise, and if you don't meet it, we can debate these taxes in the future, I guess, is a possibility, but.
I got a question. We're talking about the 30,000 for the actual possibility of the runs that we have per year. And then we're generating X amount of dollars of revenue. But what is the problem with them having a little bit of surplus? I mean, I don't know what would be the problem with that.
Who would have a surplus to who?
They're not,
Toledo
but
ambulance.
what she's saying, right, that's the way it is now.
And if we're voting to raise that, is that what I'm hearing from you? We're voting to raise that even further,
Yeah, there'd be no
then there'd
reason
be
to
a,
raise it.
a
if there is
larger
a-
surplus,
Yeah.
is what she's saying. Is my understanding you right? Okay.
And how much money do you have in the account now?
$96,000.
96?
We are not bankrupt.
So
So basically,
I figured if they had 2 levies, that'd be enough cushion, no there.
See, that's one that I don't understand is, when we were at the last meeting, Mike said he was in the 400s. And I
Yeah,
knew that number
he
was
was
not
trying to.
even close to what
I
we've been told.
it was-
That's a huge difference.
I think he was speculating on the high side.
Well, that's
I don't think you believe anything that I said.
more than high side. That's double.
And he did not get those numbers from us.
I'm aware of that.
We did not give him those.
But I think if we get this big deal going with Greenup, and, you know, we probably don't need this increase, but if we don't, then I don't know where we're going next. I don't- It shows support behind it, if we had show an increase, maybe then two will feel like we're all pointing in the same direction, trying to.
You started out with that you wanted to get approval for a contract, and that's something that's coming up in the future. And so are we done with that discussion and we're moving to the levy specifically?
I guess I'm ready to move to the levy. Any more discussion on this, and we're going to vote on the levy here in a few seconds, okay? Any more discussion first?
Regarding the levy or the contract?
Either one. We can discuss anything, we're
Okay.
voting, so.
Well, I think we will need a little more discussion on the levy, because, I mean, there is a possibility that we could, if we do pass the raise, that we have the option to do the abatement.
That is a possibility, yeah, let's
Yeah.
discuss that. So if it's really, if we get this signed by Green and Yoga, and things are looking good, we can abate these taxes, I guess, we can, and let's see why.
Yeah, that's pretty rare, but, I don't know that we even have to go there at this point. I would be, amenable to a 4.99 increase, which is the highest we can go without, having a.
Well, we already had 2%.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna ask for a motion of tax levy after special service, truth taxation. What is this?
What rate are these, because you got a dollar figure, and I'd like to know the rate.
That would bring it up to 16 cents possibly, depending on the EAV by the time Kenzie gets done.
So,
And
three
it is
would be.
now, it's 8.
It was 8.08 something.
So go up to 16, the other ones would go up to the 0.22, I think, both of them will be 0.22.
And where are they at now?
At the rate.
1.1, I mean, it wasn't very.
They were close.
Those two are both almost 22. They're very close, very little difference. This one here is way below. They're supposed to be 11 cents, they got down to 8 cents.
So I have a question, if we did, let's say, do this, and, or even then, and we decide we're gonna start paying out these runs to Greenup in the other for covering our runs. I know Billy says you don't wanna give up on Toledo ambulance, but how are they interact? How is Toledo ambulance involved in that?
In what?
Or why?
Yes.
In what?
How or why would Toledo ambulance be involved if Greenup and?
Does this agreement?
If.
According to our attorney, we can give the money out. It's like we are contracting with them until we get it back up and running. As long as we use all the tax money for the ambulance service, it is legal.
So that's in hopes that we can get the
Yes.
Toledo ambulance back.
Yes, and today's Tuesday, we were told Friday, we even took applications up to Sarah Bush. And we were told, I didn't do it, but other board members did. They were told that why would we quit a good job here to come here, not knowing if we're gonna have a job next year, because of all the stuff that's going around. That's what we gotta stop. We can get the people if people know they have a job. But they're worried about quitting a job there, then coming here and then not having a job next year.
Were they concerned about benefits, Billy?
Well, the board decided at our Friday special meeting to, in fact, the ad had been changed that benefits will be offered.
So if we were averaging roughly 200 calls in a year like that, what was the requirements that the Toledo ambulance would have to have on hand to be up and running? What is it again that you have to have to up and run? Like, how many paramedics, how many bases?
Right, we have to have at least, if we could do a BLS, but we'd have to have 6 basic.
6 basic.
If we do an ALS, you have to have 3 paramedics and 3 basics.
And how much was the basic?
If they work their regular shifts, it's like $56,000. That's just, you work 24 hours, you're off 48.
So you got 56,000 times 6.
And then the paramedic got 65. That's if you work your regular shifts. Cause that's time and a half. Cause we have 2 companies come in and say, that's what you gotta offer now. People will not work like our other employees did. Well, that's obvious, they all quit.
So if Greenup Ambulance merges with the fire department over there, where does Toledo Ambulance stand?
If the fire district still wanted to do it, we'd have to have an agreement with them.
And then, is there a question, if?
I don't know if they're gonna sign it, I don't know.
We don't know.
They're gonna discuss that Thursday too, I don't know.
If the farmer takes over, they don't know if they will take, honor this contract they have now or not, we don't know that.
There's a lot of speculations in their draft that they presented, if the tax levy passes and all that. So, I don't know.
There's a
What
lot of-
tax levy?
lot of-
They're gonna put it on a referendum.
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
that's what I'm talking
And the
about,
one
yes.
in April.
Yes.
Right, right.
You eliminate these net salary. And what were you figuring on the ALS, 3 basics and 3 paramedics, roughly, salary-wise?
Well, if you just take that 56 times 6.
Times the 3, but the other 3.
66.
Well, if you
For the
just do,
paramedics.
BLS would be 6 basics,
Right.
so you just take that times 3.
Right, but then.
I mean, 6.
Right,
Because you have to have
So we're
6.
talking about 3 ALS and 3 basics.
Yeah,
What
what's
are
the
those
paramedics,
numbers?
I guess, is what I'm asking.
65.
65,
And that's just straight wages, that's not
That time, no,
FICA, Medicare,
that includes time and a half.
but it doesn't include FICA.
No, they pay
Medicare.
half, we pay half,
It
just like
doesn't
we have.
include workman's comp.
Nope,
So
It doesn't
we pay all
it's
that.
way more than those numbers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're talking at least $500,000.
Comp on something like that. Mine's pretty high.
But Effingham's paying $40-some an hour for paramedics, we can't even touch that, we can't.
30. That'd be,
I know, this is a good deal of agreement, if we can get it going, we got hope.
It doesn't make sense.
which wouldn't make sense to have your Toledo ambulance anymore.
Yeah, it doesn't make
Well,
sense.
let's get this, we'll shut the two ambulance down then if it's working. We're not shutting two ambulance, and then, we're not gonna shut the two ambulance, and then
It is
decide
shut
where we're
down.
going.
We're not shutting
It
it
is
down.
shut
It
down.
is shut down. We are not shutting it down. We did not shut it down.
You can't operate.
Well, they can
Actually,
offer service.
the employees leave and shut it down. It wasn't the 2 ambulance.
Right.
service.
That more,
So
yes.
we can't hold the 2 ambulance service or even the special service area accountable when your employees leave. I mean, if,
Right, accountable or not though, it's not.
yeah, I mean, if all the county employees just walked out one day and
Well,
shut the county
Kyle,
down.
if they subsidize the green up, then is it operating? Practically? The runs are being taken care
I
of.
don't know.
I
Yeah,
say
mean,
it is.
but we're keeping them alive with our taxpayers' money for a reason that isn't necessary, because we can pay Greenup or Neoga for the runs just as well as Toledo
Well,
Ambulance.
it's the same difference.
Well, it's a big difference, because one is, we're in control, and the other is they're in violation of their contract, so we're continuing to enable a company that refuses to be transparent and fulfill their contract.
we've got a, special service area man out here in the crowd tonight. What's his comments on this whole deal?
I have no comments. No one's reached out to me since the last meeting, so I'm in the same boat I was last time.
I mean, I think it's common sense, at least what you're saying there is, we literally will have 2 middlemen to do the one job, which is paying out for the runs. So
Does
I
Toledo,
understand keeping the Toledo ambulance, wanting to try to keep it that, in hopes that they'll come back and be able to be funded, but look at those numbers right there.
I said this is a temporary contract. I mean, that's given them a year, see what happens. Well, no more than a year from now.
We've given them 40 years.
And they did
So-
a damn good
so
job.
what's gonna happen differently, you know? what
They've
is-
done 40 years of doing a damn good job. Right?
In the last 5 years, they've been in violation of their contract, and actually, ever since before that, we didn't even know how the SSA was supposed to work and contribute to it, so we just figured that out, so there's been a lot of problems, but let's not go down that road.
Let's
Let's move
make one more
forward.
comment. You were on that SSA committee for 2 years
That's
ago.
correct.
Why didn't you kind of straighten things out?
I
then?
did,
You were
we
in
did,
trouble.
we gave them the new contract, and they were supposed to, give us an audit, and they never did it. So if they refuse the transparency and are willing to violate the law and break their contract, what more can I do? This happened under your watch, this happened under Ron Black's watch, this happened under the previous board's watch, and we set it up for you, and you didn't hold up to that contract, and neither did they.
That's the reason you quit.
No, that's not, I didn't quit at all. I delegated it to Mr. Glanzer there, and he's doing a fine job. So,
You didn't quit.
no, of course not.
I call that quitting when you quit the SSA and put somebody else in charge. That's quitting, right?
No, it isn't, it's moving on. We
I have a
set-
question. Under the contract, it says that they have to have staff in Toledo. So there's not staff in Toledo. I get that everybody wants to maybe work again someday, but there's $50,000 that went to an ambulance that isn't rolling, that could be getting worse and not, not moving is not good for a piece of equipment. And there's maybe $28,000 that's gonna go into the ambulance but not get paid to runs. So that's half of the money.
what are administration costs for the Toledo ambulance? Like to divvy out these checks to Neoga and, Greenup?
Nothing.
So everybody's working for free?
We always have, except for the regular staff. We've never got paid a penny. Ever, none of us. In fact, when I mail out the packets for the meetings, I pay for the postage. I pay for the envelopes. None of us have made a penny off that ambulance, none of us.
Any more questions?
It's a crappy situation.
You ready to start voting, guys? Okay, let's ask for a motion. Approve the tax levy for special service area number 3, the one SSA requested, $61,867.00.
How much was it?
$61,867. I'll make that motion.
I'm gonna make that motion,
Okay, we have a motion, and we need a second on that.
but I will probably be a later.
I'll second it.
Second by Todd Layton.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
No.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Harmon,
No.
Coltenbrook.
Yes. Yes, did that carry? The motion carried. Motion carried. Okay, let's go to tax levy number 2. The motion to approve tax levy for special service area number 2. Let me see, I find what it is. It is $26,155.00. Do I make that motion?
I'll make a motion.
Todd Layton makes the motion. Need a second on that one?
I'll second.
Todd Beard seconded.
Kay,
No.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
yes,
Harmon,
No.
Layton,
Yes.
Coltenbrook.
Yes. That motion also carried. Okay? Okay, Now we're going to special service area number 1. Need a motion to approve the tax levy for special service area number 1 in the amount of $1,855.
Make motion.
Layton makes the motion. Todd Beard seconds it.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
No.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
No.
Holcomb.
Yes. Motion carried. Okay, those 3 levies have all carried, so.
I got one question.
Go ahead.
When's the deadline for the abatement?
Yes.
Because if this thing doesn't apply, believe me, I'll be wanting it on the agenda.
I'm gonna say probably April,
April meeting or late April?
probably April meeting. I have to see how far we are in the tax process. But before I send it to the treasurer's office, we can do that.
Can we put that on for the next month's agenda, if there is a date set, so we know if there's for sure a date set?
I don't wanna say a
Look,
date.
you're talking
I want,
I don't wanna
I
set a
want,
date.
I want a date.
She don't have one yet, I
I
guess.
don't know yet.
When you get a date, tell us.
That's what I'm saying.
When
We
she
need a
gets,
date.
when she gets a date, she'll tell us. Yeah.
Email
You get a
her, put
date,
that on.
contact me as the vice
I
chairman.
will.
And I'm gonna program it on the phone.
Deb, I think last year you wrote to me, or April 30th.
April 30th. Right, so Bev will contact us when she gets a date, so we won't
I think
miss
it's
a date,
April 29th.
okay? We'll keep on your case, so don't worry. Okay, all right, well, like I say, we'll see what the future is in ambulance service. It's kind of scary out there. I don't know. Somehow we need to have an ambulance service for entire Cumberland County. Okay, Bev Howard, you're up next.
Okay, I just need a motion to approve the county clerk and tax redemption reports for November of 2022.
I'll make it.
Second.
Kyle and Todd Layton.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
Okay, and so since it's the end of the year, I need a motion to approve the county clerk and tax redemption 6-month reports and the annual reports for 2022.
You have to make that motion?
Do that.
Kyle did.
Kyle made the motion.
Second by Janet Layton.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
And that is all I have.
Okay, Jenny Maynard, what do you have?
I need a motion to approve the treasurer's report for November 2022.
Make motion.
Need a second on that one, Layton made a motion.
Second.
Kyle?
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
Then I need a motion to approve the amended resolution to change names on the signature card at KB State Bank. They wanted me to add on there that I was continuing on the account. None of the other banks had requested that, so they wanted that added. So that is the change to that resolution.
I'll make it.
Second.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blake,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Holcomb.
Yes.
And the last thing I have is just information. Our auditors are here this week and Parker next week. So if you have any questions for them or need anything from them, they are here. And that's it.
All right, thank you, Jenny. All right, now move on. Richard Murray is not here tonight, he's got a meeting to go to. He needs a motion to approve the highway bills for November 2022. The dollar amount is $17,314.14. Todd made the motion.
No second.
Todd seconded.
Beard,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Colton.
Yes. Okay, that's taken care of, right? That's all for tonight. Sherry Droder, anything?
Just been working with the auditors, when they send over the request for information, sending it back over here. So far, it's gone well.
Okay, all right, very good. Rhonda Wilson is not here. Mackenzie Easton is not here. Somebody need to approve the supervisor session of 6-month report.
Yeah, and it's separate from your report, it's laying at your spot.
Oh, I saw that, didn't I? Somewhere.
I know it.
$25 she wants. Somebody want to make that motion for her?
Don't make the motion.
I'll make it. Need a second?
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Colton.
Yes. That's all. Mackenzie, Steve Maroon, you have something?
I just need a motion to approve the sheriff's 6-month report.
Okay.
What happened to all those prisoners?
We'll get them back.
Somebody make that motion for us?
No second.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Colton.
Yes. Okay, now you got Steve?
That's all I have, yes.
Thank you. Brian Robbins?
I don't have anything.
Jonathan Braden's not here. Steve Sherwood is not here. Joe Vogt is not here. Michael Martin, Jen Hampton are not here. Mark Howard's not here. Well, it's time to discuss and approve bills and payroll. What's the pay invoices? I need a motion to approve the payment of invoices in the amount of $143,845.97.
Make it.
You got a second?
No second.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard, Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Colton.
Yes. Okay, now you must approve payroll number 22, in the amount of $87,931.92.
I'll make that one, please.
Second.
Kay,
Yes.
Beard,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon, Layton,
Yes.
Wolfenberg.
Yes. I need a motion to approve payroll number 23 in the amount of $95,820.19.
I'll make it.
Second.
Beard,
Yes.
Blade,
Yes.
Harmon,
Yes.
Layton,
Yes.
Kay,
Yes.
Wolfenberg.
Yes. Okay, I guess now I need a motion to adjourn the meeting.